So here is Mona 1/7 scale from Genshin Impact by Wonderful Works. Now this is actually probably going to be a really quick video because there's not really a whole lot to talk about this figure. It's pretty simple. So kicking off with the price. You can pick her up for around 17 to 16,000 yen, give or take, which is around 120 USD, which is not bad. It's pretty competitive when it comes to other Genshin figures at this price point. Well, with the exception of Ningguang, because she's a completely different beast. Now, of course, that is without shipping. I can't really give you my shipping price for her because I got her in bulk with a bunch of other figures just to cut down on cost. So sorry about that. The box for the figure is, honestly, I do kind of think it's kind of cheap and ugly looking, if I'm going to be real here. You got the standard window cutouts, of course, which are actually shaped like actual windows that you would find in like Genshin, like in Mondstadt, for example. The whole box has got this like starry sky theme going on, which obviously matches Mona because she's an astrologist, but nice side picture of the figure. On the back, you got a couple of example photos. Inside, you get standard blister packaging, and you get the base, which is a plastic blue circle with some water effects on it. Some people might think it's a little bit tacky with the water effects because some people don't like that. Personally, I think they did a relatively good job on it. It adds to the figure. And of course, you get Mona herself. The assembly process is super simple. It's just one peg on the base, pop her foot into it, you're done. There's no extra accessories, of course. Even her hat is already glued onto her head. It would have been cool to have it as a magnet, but that's okay. When I put this figure together, I just sat there for like a minute at least just looking at it. I was like, wow, this is like the most simple figure I've ever put together ever. And the overall figure is pretty good. So first off, the pose. Wonderful Works did a pretty good job on trying to emphasize Mona's most well-known feature, which is her butt cheeks. I think Mona has primarily gained this reputation because she's such a frail character. Her overall build frame is pretty small, almost built like a twig. However, her butt, in proportion to the rest of her body, it's the biggest part.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
It doesn't really help when fan artists kind of draw her butt out of proportion, which I have no complaints about. And the sculpt is pretty great. The curves are practically perfect. That is probably my favorite part about this figure, is just the overall sculpt. They did a great job. Her hands look pretty delicate, not too thin, not too fat. Her thighs, her legs. You can even see the stomach lines on her torso, which I think is very nice. Great attention to detail. Outfit is pretty detailed, right? There's like some little folds in her outfit, like on the elbow area and her backside. And the paint job is overall really good. The only nitpick I would probably have about the paint job is that there's a couple of gradient portions that could have been smoothed out and blended a little bit more, just to make it more seamless. Like the transition from the purple on her leggings, which I think was a nice touch, but it is a little bit sudden. There's a couple of blue shading on her hat that could have been smoothed out. The water effects help not make the base too simple. I do wish they did make it a little bit more bigger though, and more of a complete circle. The water effects pretty much only last in the front and the back. On the sides, it's kind of empty. And in terms of stability, she actually doesn't wobble that much when you place her down. I mean, she does wobble a little bit, but you would think it'd be a lot worse because it only has one peg in the base connected to her foot. But the weight distribution on the figure is not too bad, so yeah. So yeah, if you're a Mona fan, this is definitely one to pick up. Comparable quality to all of the previous Genshin figures I've gotten already, which by the way, if you want to see videos of the previous Genshin figures, I'll leave them down below. The only one I don't have that's out right now is Klee's. I don't know if I'll end up ever getting Klee, but that's fine. Yeah, Mona fans, you're eating good tonight. I tried looking on Ami still. She's not anywhere in the pre-owned section, which I find is funny because there's a lot of other figures that you would think would be sold out that are abundant in the pre-owned section, and then Mona here is just nowhere to be seen. And it's even more hilarious because a lot of the other Genshin figures you can actually still get in stock right now, except for Ningguang. She was in stock last time I checked, but now she's order closed. Mona's a pretty popular character, so that's kind of why she's sold out everywhere. I'll give a little quick look on the aftermarket prices if you wanted to buy her off of Yahoo Auctions Japan or Mercari, and that's pretty much it. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Huge thanks to Seswat, Beast, Ralku, Hentia, Wonder Kitsune, ZZZ, Higeki, Rev, OP Magician, Digital Nex, Ishutaru, Ultra Blue, Type Wild, and Zeta.